Hey, what's going on, everybody? Electrified Rider here. So I'm working on my ET Max. I'm going to be switching out the pedals. I'm going with these E-Ride pedals here. These are the Noir pedals. They come with the risers for the toe and heel. And the reason I opted to switch out these pedals, because these are actually pretty good pedals. I have no complaints about them, other than some of the hardware. I recently set the dihedral, or the angle of the pedal, angling the pedal to tilt up slightly because it was basically just flat. And when doing that, one of these set screws stripped out extremely easy. Now, while I was tightening it down, I was cognizant of the fact that they're small screws, they're a soft metal, so I did not over torque it, yet it's still stripped. So that's something that could be improved upon by Begode. And these E-Ride pedals, the hardware appears to be much more durable. These pedals come with titanium screws rather than the soft metal screws on the Begode pedals. Another nice thing about these pedals here is that these spikes are replaceable, and they did include a little socket to quickly remove those if you ever do need to replace them. It also came with a couple Allen wrenches, as well as these little finishing caps that can plug right in to these little Allen screws here, just for a clean finish. The quality of these pedals really shine through. This should allow me for better acceleration and braking with these risers, and I think it's also going to improve safety, seeing that the hardware is of better quality. Alright, so I just got done installing the first pedal, and it was a breeze. I just wanted to make sure that I could present it to you as smooth as possible, so now I'll run through the process. And real quick, a few other items I recommend when completing this install would be some grease for the pedal rods. Also, I found that my own Allen key worked a little bit better, less slop than the ones that were provided with the pedals, but these will suffice. And lastly, a bit of thread locker to keep all the bolts in place. So this is a very easy process, only took a few minutes, and there's just 3 Allen heads that you need to loosen. So I'm just going to completely remove both of these Allen bolts, one on either side of the pedal rod, and only loosen up the one down below over here. And these are traditional righty-tighty, lefty-loosey threads and reverse threads here on the bottom. This one just applies pressure to the pedal rod. Which helps keep the pedal in position when you want to flip them up for storage or moving it around. Otherwise it'll just flop around. Now, using the longer Allen key that was provided with the pedals, I'm just going to place it in the end. I'm just going to now tap that rod right out, and the pedal will now remove with ease. Now with the E-Ride's pedals, I'm going to do the same thing and just remove these Allen heads. Now with these pedals comes 3 spacers. So when sliding out the rod, we'll just hold on to those. Now they provided 3, I'm guessing just so that you can get a precise fitment, but the 2 identical black spacers are a perfect fit. This one is slightly skinnier. You may or may not need that in your situation. So we'll set that aside. Now I recommend putting some grease on the pedal rod. The stock rod that I removed from the Begode pedal had some lubrication on there. And I'm just using some Polylube 1000. This is a great lubricant. It'll just help prevent any corrosion. It's also water resistant, and it's going to give you a nice smooth operation. And you don't need to go too heavy on this. And I'll just set that aside for now. So now we'll take our E-Ride's pedal and begin to slide the rod through the end. And we're going to need to first put a spacer on. And then take the other spacer and from the bottom slide it into position, and you can see what a great fit that is. And it's helpful to have something small like this to help position that spacer so you can slide the rest of the rod through. Here we go. Then I'm just kind of eyeballing either side, trying to get that rod centered. That looks good. Now we're going to replace the Allen bolts. I'm just going to give them a quick wipe, get any oils off of there, because I'm going to place a bit of Loctite on here. And this is just going to help to ensure that over time these don't vibrate loose and fall out somewhere on the road. And this is just thread locker by Loctite. You just need a little bit. It'll spread itself out throughout the threads as you screw it in. So now I'm just tightening these up a little bit on each side to make sure I get it nice and balanced. That looks good. Just going to wipe away any excess thread locker there. Just tighten these up. Be careful, don't over tighten. You don't want to strip anything here. And as you can see, the pedal just flops around at this point because we need to tighten up this bottom bolt here. Get that nice and snug. And it's just that easy. One thing I want to point out is that the dihedral angle of the pedal, the amount of angle towards the wheel, seems to be perfect right out of the box with these E-Rides pedals. But if you do need to further adjust them to make them more flat or more angled, you would do so by loosening up these two little stainless Allen screws here. Then you would adjust this Allen bolt inside clockwise to get more of an angle, counterclockwise to flatten out the pedal, and then tighten these back up. But this angle looks just about like what I had the Begode pedals after making my adjustments on it, so it should be good. We'll find out when we get it out on the road. And finally, you can slip in these plastic caps if you so choose to cover these bolts here. I think I'm going to forego that for now, but it's a nice option to have. And I'm just keeping all of the stock hardware and pedals in a Ziploc for easy storage. Or you might want to just reuse the box that the E-Rides pedals came in. It's up to you. Alright, so the E-Rides pedal installation is complete. I'm looking forward to get out for a little bit of a ride this evening. It was raining earlier today, that's why I took the time to get this done. But it's already starting to get dark. Regardless, I'll give you guys an update on the feel and my overall first impressions of the E-Rides pedals.